Hello, this is Randy Adams. Thank you for tuning in to AM 630 The Word. We're going to have a good show today. I hope I make a difference in your life. I want to be the best I can be at teaching you the good, the bad, and the ugly about the car business, and also having you the whole armor of God so you can protect yourself, protect your budget, protect your money, and make wise decisions biblically on buying and selling cars. Very important today because I'm going to tell you the world is against you, and you need the Holy Spirit to lead and guide you. Hey, hello. This is Randy Adams, LearnToBuyAndSellCars.com. Thank you for tuning in. God bless you. I hope you're having a great weekend. I hope you've got plans to improve, to rest, and to learn and to grow. And I tell you, I want to make a difference in people's lives. I want to be the best I can be. I want to give back. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, tell 20 people to listen to my radio show. Tell 20 people to go to iHeartRadio and get a free app and go to Learn to Buy and Sell Cars and listen to my previous radio shows, or their podcasts. There's about 80 of them. You got to scroll down to get the recent ones. They start about 10, 12 years ago, and they go down to the recent ones. So I want you to be the best you can be. You know, I love what it says in Galatians. If anyone thinks he is something when he is nothing, and I'm nothing, but I'm trying my best, he deceives himself. Each one should test his own actions. I test myself constantly on what I say on this radio show, how I conduct myself around my customers, anytime I get an opportunity. But there's so much going on in this world, so much people taking advantage of somebody. They know the truth. They know they're burying them. They know they're taking advantage of them, but they're not doing anything about it. I don't deal that way. I mean, Jesus Christ came into my life years ago, 37 or so years ago, and he took me from a taker to a giver, to give back. And, you know, being short all my life, I had, when we were at a radio deal, we stood up for a picture, and the guy next to me said, "Hey, Randy, stand up." You know, I always had to work hard. I always had to prove myself. I always had to examine myself. And I had a Christian mother that loved me, and she had me on the straight and narrow. And she believed in the Bible, and I didn't believe it until I was, in my 40s. But John Hagee Ministries on TV led me to Christ and taught me an education so much in the Bible. And, you know, the Bible really is what we need to run this country by. And that's what Trump's trying to do. He's trying to do that. You know, and I may run for public office. Would you vote for me? Would you get out and help get more votes for me? I mean, I'm going to do what's right, and I'm going to serve the people. I serve people now. This radio show costs me money. It comes out of old Back Pocket National. I can't believe I can't find a credit union or a bank that would love to sponsor me. I could teach their employees to make better decisions. I could teach their good customers make better decisions. But are they wanting to make all the money? They're wanting you to finance the rest of your life, to pay them interest the rest of your life? I mean, I don't know. If I was a banker, I'd want to take care of my customers. I'd want to take care of my employees. I've had a lot of restaurant owners catch my 5 o'clock show. I've got 5 shows. They tell 20 people to listen to my radio shows. Anyway, and they tell their employees to listen to my radio show on the way to work. And I had one lady that had a bakery. She used to play my show at 5 o'clock every morning so her employees would listen. So they'd make better decisions. They wouldn't be stressed out. They'd show up to work because their car wasn't broke down. They'd have a little money to enjoy themselves and maybe have a future of retirement. I mean, you know, I really believe Social Security not going to be around forever. That's why I'm collecting all I can, because I paid the limit in since I was 21. When I was 21, I was paying the limit on Social Security, and I was buying and selling cars and real estate. I also have a little finance company. So if I decide to run, I'm a businessman that's owned 7 different businesses, always been in the car business, and knows what it takes to make things operate. We can't keep spending money, the government wasting money. They got to shut down, the government has, the Democrat Party has, trying to give billions away to non-Americans. I want to take America first. I want to take care of Americans. I want to take care of the veterans. I want to take care of the people that are retired. Well, we've been here. We've served. Now we're letting foreigners come in and we're going to give them money. Does that make sense? Reverse the roles. Reverse the roles. That's the way I look at everything. It's just like when I pay my employees. What would I expect if I was getting paid on a deal? And I do some deals with some other people. I just tell them, if we reverse the roles, what would you expect me to pay you? We got to get some common sense. We got to get common sense when we buy vehicles. If you think, and the easiest person in the world to sell is a know-it-all. That's right, a know-it-all. It's easy to pump him up. His head gets big. Oh, you tell him how smart he is. He's getting a great deal. He's taking the van. Oh, man, you got me tied up. It's so easy to sell a know-it-all. And that's what Galatians 6:3 is talking about. If you think you're something when you're nothing, well, hey, I've got a real rich friend of mine who passed away. He's back to dirt. I'll be back to dirt someday. But I want to get my messages out before it's time to go to heaven. I want to be able to educate you so well that you can teach somebody else. Nobody else gives the information out I do. Nobody's trustworthy. Nobody's faithful to the listeners. And I get calls every day. I talk to my listeners. I help my listeners. I want to be the best I can be. I want to tell them the truth. And I do. And sometimes it hurts. Sometimes the truth's not what they want to hear. But I don't have a choice. I want to tell the truth. But who is wise in understanding among you? This is James 3:13. Let him show it by his good life, by deeds and humility that comes from wisdom. But if you harbor bitter envy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast about it, or you'll deny the truth. Car dealers deny the truth. They know they're burying you. They know the big secrets. Oh, man, this car, you're going to love it forever. You're going to keep it forever. It's going to be worth a lot of money 5 years, 10 years down the road. You get 5 years down the road and you want to go to trade it in, and they want to give you $1,000 or $3,000. What happens is going to be worth a lot of money in the future. They'll tell you anything to close you. They'll do anything to close you. That's the key. The key on the government, the key on my business is overhead. I've got to keep my overhead low. I'm a blessed man. My lot's paid for. My cars are paid for. I've got as low as overhead of anybody my size of business. But I know the difference in how to spend money and how to budget and how to make things work. The people that work for me and the people that know me call me a fixer because I'm always fixing things. I'm always figuring something out. Recently, my ex-wife couldn't figure something out, and she worked on it for a month. It took me 10 minutes to figure out how to solve the problem. But she wouldn't tell me. She was all stressed out and having problems and couldn't figure it out. But I sat down and I thought about it for 5, 10 minutes, maybe 15 at the max. I said, this is what we need to do. Called my CPA. CPA said, yeah, that's what needs to be done. So, sometimes we overwork ourselves trying to be perfect, trying to figure it out, when we just got to relax and think about it a few minutes. But you can't just think about it a few minutes when you're purchasing a car. You got interest rate, man. Does the interest rate matter? When you walk in one of these independent used car lots that finances everybody, I'm talking about the big guys, billion-dollar companies. And you walk in and you sign up on 20% when you should be getting 4, 5, 6%. Talked to another gentleman the other day, signed up, had a 790 score, 20% interest. He said, I got to looking, and man, at the end of this note, I'm going to pay a lot of interest. I said, number one, you should have paid cash for it. Number two, you need to check with a bank or credit. You need to get it refinanced. So he understood. And here we go again, another 40. It's amazing to me, used cars at $40,000, but it happens every day. So, at $40,000 and 20% interest, that's $8,000 a year, first year. So, I mean, it goes down as you pay it down, but, the principle, it's just like that. I talk all the time about title loans being the worst thing in the world, 330% interest. You borrow $5,000 and in 6 months you've already paid back more than you borrowed. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell everybody not to do a title loan. But here we go again. We got sold down the river by Texas senators and House of Representatives. It's illegal to do that in 27 states, but not in Texas. Oh no, let's rip off the poor people. Let's rip off the middle class people. Would you want to do that? Would you? I want to pass things. If I decide to run, I want to pass things that I would do, that I think's right for the country, right for everybody. The problem in the Congress and the senators is that they're number one. They want to take care of themselves. They don't care about anybody else. Do you love this country? Well, look what's happening in New York. Man, that man that got elected up there, he's going to destroy the New York City. People are going to be moving out of there left and right. But we need somebody with common sense that will stand up against these Democrats that are searching for socialism and communism. And we're going to have a mess in this country for my kids and my grandkids. I'm long in the tooth. I know that. Why would you want to even think about running? Because I want to make things better. I want to fix things. I want to be there. We need somebody to stand up and make things right in this country. So, same way, maybe I can help the car business, help it get truthful. We had Pocahontas. She was going to clean up the car business about 6 years ago, but evidently somebody paid her off because she shut up all of a sudden. She was going to straighten it all out. She knew how to do it. Oh, man, it was a big deal. But the problem is, hey, she shut up and shut up quick. Why? Money. If money's your God, you're in trouble. You're in real trouble. And you want power, you want fame. Hey, I don't care about the fame. As old as I am, what am I going to do with it? Do I need power? No. I need power over my decisions of the right and the wrong. I want to know the right and wrong, and I want to vote the right and wrong. I want to tell a customer. I had a customer wanting to buy a truck I had. I said, no. He said, no. I said, no, I'm not going to sell it to you. So why not? I said, I don't think it's a good truck. You're going to have problems 6 months, a year down the road. You're going to be an unhappy camper. Then, you're going to have to try to trade it. I'd rather go wholesale it, get rid of it, send it somewhere else. And that way, I can sleep at night. There's so many things. What man makes breaks. The best kind of car is a paid-for car. And there's only, two kinds of cars, afford and can't afford. And man, are those can't afford miserable. I'm selling a lot of gas trucks, 3/4 1-tons. Why? It just costs too much money to fix diesels nowadays, maintenance diesels. You can spend a fortune on one. And if you need a motor, you better look at $20,000. So everything's up. Prices are up. Parts are up, if you can get them. Labor's up. That's why I sell the best warranty I've seen in 20 years. Selling a company a couple of warranties because they need vans and trucks to make a living. So, go to randyadamsinc.com, press where it says warranty, fill out your information, you get a price directly from the warranty company. That's right, the warranty company gives price, not Randy Adams. We have an 800 number to answer any questions, and an account manager will help you with any questions. So, you got to be prepared. It costs a lot of money. Just bought a van from a company. It spent $5,500 2 months ago on a transmission. And I bought it for $5,500. That's all it's worth. I hadn't sold it. I've had it 3 weeks. Nobody's opened the door. It's got 202,000 miles. But they spent $5,500 and got $5,500 back. I would have bought it with a bad transmission. I buy vans and trucks with bad motors, bad transmissions, wrecked. It don't matter what kind of condition. But junk right now is not bringing a whole lot of money. Have we run out of money? Have we overspent money? Has the middle class people over the last 4 years of Biden struggled enough just to get by that they don't have any spare cash? Well, that's what it's looking like. And I want to be the best person to give you that information so you understand what's going on. We're having a slowdown in the market. That's right. But it happens every time this year. Usually it happens October 1st. It happened November 1st. So you got to be prepared. You got to understand what to pay. Have your financing lined up. Hey, be sure and look at the Carfax. Man, I tell you what, I've had so many people lately call me that made a serious mistake because they bought a car with a bad Carfax. Car dealers will lie to you. They got Carfax. They got auto check. They got all that stuff. I guarantee you. And they know. And there's a lot of dealers that go to the auction. They look up the auction before they go. And they check out what cars have been in 2-3 accidents. Now, you take a car that's been in 2 accidents, it gets cheap. 3, real cheap. So they go buy those type of cars because they're cheap. Then they tell the customer, oh, we don't use Carfax. We don't use auto check. We don't believe in that. They believe it when they're buying because they want to pick out the cars that have bad Carfaxes, auto checks, so they can buy them cheap and sell them to you at full, nice, no accident prices. And I've seen it many a time. I've got a guy I used to do a lot of business with years ago, and that's what he does. He says they check out a vehicle, go look at it at the auction, make sure, it's going to be cheap because it's had 2 accidents, 3 accidents on it. I can't believe sometimes what this stuff brings, even when that happens. But, it depends on the salesperson. Are you easy to sell? You know it all? Are you are you just gullible enough to believe anything a salesman? This guy is so nice. Had a lady years ago paid too much for a brand new vehicle. And she told me, she said, Randy, I can't believe I paid this much for a car. I am paying crazy money every month. And it's going to go on for 72 months. I said, yeah. I said, but why'd you do it? Well, the guy spent so much time with me. We were going on 6 hours, and I wanted to get out of there, and he was so nice. And he told me, he said his boss would be mad at him if I wouldn't buy. So I signed up and bought it. I said, well, I'm glad you got a little money. You make all these payments. You're going to pay about $15,000 too much for your vehicle. So she said, well, I'm sorry about that too. I said, well, the nice guy wasn't nice to you. I'm telling you that. She said, what? I said, no. He could have struck you a lot better deal than what you got. A lot better. But you can call me anytime for information, 830-708-4789. That's 830-708-4789. If you need free information on the vehicle, give me a call. Please give me a call. So, I want to make a difference. And would you make a difference in your life? You can make that same difference with the education I give you, with the opportunities I give you. It's the worst investment we can make on earth. When's the last time you bought a car and it kept any value at all? There's a few out there right now. They were building certain vehicles and they'll quit building them. Then they'll get hot. Everybody's got to have one. Then they'll cool off again. So nothing stays the same in the car business. Nothing stays the same on your used car, the one you're driving. And you don't think you're driving a used car? Drive on a 25 mile off the showroom floor and take it back about 3 weeks later. They'll dance a song to you and run around and act like they, but they don't want to buy it. We got too many new ones. Well, there's truckloads coming. How come you're still buying? Well, it's just part of it. As I went by the food pantry over off of 725 the other day, where they hand out, the food that people need. Wow, there were some nice cars over there. I drive my '09 Lincoln Town Car, but they had some almost new cars over there at the food bank gathering up food. And, maybe they need to cut back on that car payment or buy something cheaper or do something. Wow. But I had a lady come by complaining the other day. Her payment was too high on her car, too high on the insurance, and there wasn't nothing she could do about it. So you got to be prepared. So call me anytime for free information, 830-708-4789. That's 830-708-4789. Back to Carfaxes. I talked about a lady a couple of years ago sold me a Highlander. She bought it in Houston. She was working down in Houston, but she's originally from New Braunfels. And so she brought it to sell it to me because her mother inherited some money, and her mother knew how much she was working on this little darling. So she bought her a new one, and she brought it to me. But when she called me, I asked her if it had been in any accident. She said, no, I hadn't had it but about 6 months, but I've still got the Carfax from what the guy showed me when I bought it down in Houston. So she brought me the unit, and this truck didn't fit right. I said, I think this thing's been in an accident. Well, she said, well, here's the Carfax. She handed me the Carfax. I looked at it, and it's clean. And then I happened to notice the numbers on the VIN number. I looked at her VIN number, and it didn't match up. This dealer had found a Highlander online that hadn't had an accident. So he printed that Carfax off and handed it to her. She never looked at wasn't the same vehicle that she owned because she had 2 car accidents on her vehicle, and they didn't put it back together right, and it was costing her some time and effort and money trying to keep it running. Have you ever felt that way? A buddy of mine broke down in Atlanta, Georgia, bought a car and didn't check it out, didn't call Carfax, didn't do any history on it. He come home with an almost new Toyota Sienna van, and it was total loss. Total loss. It was a total loss to him. It looked like a special deal when he bought it. Oh, man, he said, I made a great deal, Randy. He got in, and I said, man, this thing's been hit hard. Oh, John is his name. He said, really? I said, oh, yeah. I said, did you run a Carfax? No, I didn't need to. Guy told me it was a good, clean car. And he said, I bought it. I said, okay. About a month later, he brought me the VIN number. Man, it had 2 bad accidents. But, you know, these dealers take advantage of cars, and there is a difference right now in a Carfax. There's a difference in diminished value. And so you've got a vehicle that's been in an accident, it's not going to bring the quality money that one that hadn't been in an accident. So I want you to make sure that you check the VIN on the car accident. I'm Randy Adams, learntobuyandSellCars.com. Call me anytime, 830-708-4789. I buy the good, the bad, and the ugly. Cars, trucks, vans, houses, land. I've got a developer looking for land. I've got people looking for all kinds of houses. Got 2 ladies got houses donated to them or inherited them. And so they're supposed to be giving me the address on those 2. I mean, if you're looking for a house to flip, you might give me a call there. I have those coming around all the time because people know that I buy the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I've been in business for over 60 years. I love what I do. I'm a blessed man. A lot of people like my politics. A lot of Democrats don't. But I want to be the best I can be. I want to teach you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Got a buddy that I do some cement business with. I finance some stuff with him. He pours slabs, and he's got pump trucks just in case you need that. I had somebody call me, and I lost their phone number. It needed some work done not long ago. So if you're listening today, give me a holler so I will turn you on to him because he gives great prices, does a lot of work, young man working hard. And that's what I want to see. I want to see people that put an effort in it. They'll give a try. I mean, just like what I'm talking about the credit union and the banks. Yes, you got to have a relationship for them. I've got relationships with them, but they don't want to finance my show. Maybe they don't want to, maybe they want the people on the books for years and years and years. They don't want them driving a 09 Lincoln Town Car that's paid for. Hey, I like paid for cars. That's my favorite car. My second favorite car is one with gasoline in it. So I want to be the best I can be. I want to teach you to be the best you can be. So call me anytime, 830-708-4789. Go to YouTube. Go to iHeartRadio and get a free app. Go to Learn to Buy and Sell Cars. Listen to my previous podcast. They say I'm educational and entertaining, and I want to teach you the best. You can go to randyadamsinc.com for the best warranty I've seen. I want to take care of you. Hey, I'm going to tell you, engines, transmissions are not cheap. Air conditioning parts are not cheap. A lot of stuff, nothing's cheap anymore. It all comes from China, too. And the tariffs hadn't hurt the parts division, not at all. I don't know if they're not charged them or what the deal is, but parts have been high and they stay high, and I don't think they're going to change anytime soon. Well, I'm Randy Adams, learntobuyandSellCars.com. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. I want to make a difference in your life, teaching you, educating, and maybe, who knows, I may run. I'm sure weighing it up, seeing if that's what the Lord wants me to do. I want to be the best I can be. Remember Proverbs 1:5, let the wise listen and add to their learning. God bless you. I hope you have a great weekend. Forgive everybody. I'm working on a YouTube teaching on inner healing and getting the bitterness, finding the root of the bitterness and the addictions in people's lives. I've been educated by that. John Hagee Ministries, man, I tell you, I've helped a lot of people. I used to get depressed during Christmas, go into depression, so maybe I can help you. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed week.